in and bring Wayne on.
Yes, and I'm going to do a little
And
background bio like I did for Micah. So it's Wayne O Broin. He is going
yes,
to give us some original poetry along with some poems from Poe.
mm-hmm.
But we're going to talk about how Wayne is actually an Irish national born and raised in Dublin, Ireland by his parents who hailed from the Liberties area of the inner city of Dublin. So he currently resides 5 kilometers from the birthplace of the celebrated Irish Gothic novelist Bram Stoker, which we all should know,
Yes,
and 140 kilometers from Dring County, Cavan, Ireland, where Edgar Allan Poe's great great grandfather David Poe and great grandfather John Poe hailed from. So Wayne's family named BYRNE, which is, or is it pronounced Burn or Vern when it's in that
O'Brien. O'Brien.
Vrie,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay.
O'Brien.
Thank you. See, you're much better at this. Vrie. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to stop butchering that for you. Okay. It actually means raven in the Gaelic tongue, and 2 of his sons have a raven type names, which Gaelic tongue of, is it CIAN? Is it CIAN? One Keen. Keen, one word. It means ancient raven, and in honor of the lion and the raven, ghastly, grim, and ancient raven wandering from nightly shore. And Cillian, is it Cillian? Is that correct?
That's
wonderful.
correct.
Means war raven. So we have our little bobbleheads of Bram Stoker and Edgar Poe representing here.
So
now,
good.
I just got him.
Yeah. So Wayne actually has been involved in performance arts from a very young age, including theater, TV, and film. Studied at Dublin Youth Theatre, the Gaiety School of Acting, and the National Academy for Film at Bow Street Incorporated. He continues working as an actor in the theater and the film industry. He's had a love of poetry, in particular Gothic and horror genres, which, that's one of the reasons we followed Wayne on YouTube before we actually ever met him. I know I was following him. So Wayne has done some film performances of Poe's work, including Alone, A Dream Within a Dream, and Annabelle Lee, with more planned. We're looking forward to those.
Yes.
He's also written his own poetry in youth and in later times. Continuing his love for horror and the macabre, he played the lead role in an award-winning short comedy horror film called Podge. That's P-O-G-G-E. You can find it on Vimeo. Yes. I've watched it. It's wonderful. You need to, check it out.
Yes.
He definitely gives a Poe-esque character there. He picked up the Best Actor awards in the Spook Screen Horror Film Festival in Ireland and in the Bedford International Film Festival in the USA. Podge is a lonely mortician who falls in love with a beautiful celebrity where destiny brings them together in a cruel twist of fate. And the film was directed by Rebecca Singleton. And Wayne is actually going to start a new journey and discovery on honor of Poe's Irish roots to insist in preserving Poe's names and works and to add to the amazing work done stateside in the USA. He'll be working from his end in Ireland to trace Poe's roots by finding Poe's ancestry's resting place in Cavan. Wade is currently represented by a talent agent, Maureen. Sorry, is it Maureen?
Maureen, yeah.
Thank you.
Wonderful
Maureen V.
Ward,
who also represents the wonderfully talented and star of upcoming horror Abigail, Alicia Weir. Is it Weir or?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Also of Matilda the musical, and you can also find Wayne on Facebook, X, and Instagram. So he also has a YouTube channel called Irish Poetry by Candlelight, which, like I said, is where I started following him long before we ever met him. So without further ado, Wayne is going to share with us his own personal poetry and some of his YouTube wonders that we love so much. So over to you, Wayne. Take it away.
Yes.
Well, thanks for having me again. And it only seemed like yesterday we spoke on the podcast, which I had a wonderful time speaking to both of you. I mean,
yes, we did too.
I think it tipped just over an hour, but it felt like an entire evening. I was amazed at how quickly the time passed by, but it felt like an evening with you two, and thanks for making me feel so at home. Chatting to both of you was a great journey through the process of poetry and acting and theater and film, and I've really enjoyed it. So it's great to be back, and I just want to take the opportunity to say I've been in and out most of the day, and with the session today, the readings and the work and the passion and everything that's been put in by all of your guests, and the readings have been just thrilling. Like, it's been great to see so much hard work put into a day, and of course both of your works, fantastic. Really
Thank
happy,
you.
and really happy to hear them. They were lifting the hairs on my arms, as were a lot of the
Oh, thank you.
readings.
Thank
So that
you.
was, so congratulations to everybody. Really cool, really good.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been an awesome day of poetry. It really
Yes, very
has.
much so.
I've enjoyed it, and so many faces I've seen over the last couple of weeks, and great to be able to put a voice to the face, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's great to see that, and the work has just been stunning. So congratulations to everybody from Ireland, from me anyway, for that. That's great to see.
Yes.
But
Thank you.
yeah.
Yes, yes. You coming to join us today makes this like an international event.
Yeah, we enjoy it. We
Yes.
across the pond, as they say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we invited Stephen Smith to come
Oh
on,
yeah.
but he has so much going on right
Yes.
now. He had to
Mhm.
pass. And so, but we're like, we'll meet you again probably at the Po Fest.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that too.
You'll get to
So-
dance. You'll get to dance another day.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's exactly right. So, Wayne, do you want us to share our screen to show your YouTube videos?
Yeah, cool. That
Okay.
sounds great. Which
Okay.
which one did you want to go with?
Well, so we have Alone pulled up.
Mhm.
We can show whichever ones you want. And then you
Mm-hmm.
said that you do have your new one up for your personal poem that you wanted to share as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So how about we do Alone first, since I
Cool.
already have that pulled up,
Excellent.
and then we'll go from there, because I can pull up whichever ones we want to do.
Yep.
Wonderful.
So let me hold on one moment and pause that so we don't miss anything.
Yep.
Okay, so here we go.
From childhood's hour, I have not been as others were. I have not seen as others saw. I could not bring my passions from a common spring. From the same source I have not taken my sorrow. I could not awaken my heart to joy at the same tone. And all I loved alone. Then in my childhood, in the dawn of a most stormy life, was drawn from every depth of good and ill the mystery which binds me still. From the torrent to the fountain, from the red cliff of the mountain, from the sun that round me rolled in its autumn tint of gold, from the lightning in the sky that passed me flying by, from the thunder and the storm and the cloud that took the form, when the rest of heaven was blue, of a demon in my view.
Ooh,
Wow.
oops, hold
I
on.
was waiting to be
Hi.
attacked there. I
Yes.
was like, what?
All right.
Is that actual thunder in the background, Wayne? Or is that
Yeah.
just adding
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Such a great poem. Like,
Oh,
amazing.
yes. It absolutely.
Such amazing words to have the pleasure and the honor to to give a performance to. You couldn't ask for anything more from a Gothic writer. Poe being just the absolute master, I think we'd all agree. So to have that writing, as your previous
Yes.
guest just said, like, I've got great writers, to work with that material is fantastic. So I might
Absolutely.
film down that one because it's just me and at home with a candlelight to use as a prop, much like this one here. It's so
Mhm.
all the poems are by candlelight, and I have Boris here beside me. Let me show you Boris really quick. So this is another candlelight, but on the very top you can see the stately raven.
Mm-hmm.
See that?
Well,
Did that come up? Could you see that?
Let's see real quick. Let me pull up our screen again. Jeannie's
Yeah.
got
no, hold on. No, put it up. I don't see it.
I'm not seeing it.
There it is. Yeah, it's I saw it.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Very cool.
the time lag over here.
Might be a bit of a lag in the
we got
time
to
this
see it
time,
over here. It's like,
yeah.
like, wait.
So that's Boris, like Boris the Raven.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah,
And
very,
Holly
very,
says, Wayne, you have a perfect voice for readings. It's so rich. Excellent job with Alone.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Appreciate that. Good.
So let's see. Do you want to do a dream within a dream next?
Yeah, sure. That'd be great.
Okay.
That was
All right.
that was fun to make as well. So yeah,
Let me
please
pull
do.
that one up and get it ready. It's got the ad.
I don't know why anybody would want to drink worm water, but okay. I mean, I did the Conqueror worm earlier, so I'm like, I don't know if I want to drink the Conqueror worm. But
Oh.
okay.
Well, it is 6 degrees of Poe.
That's true.
Yes, true. That's very true.
All right.
Yes, and Pirate Genie has arrived.
Yes, she said she was going to be a pirate by the end of the day.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
okay.
But quickly before you play, do you know why pirates are called pirates?
Why?
Because they are.
Exactly, they are. That's
Oh,
right.
we're getting
They are.
punny toward the end of this
Well,
event.
it's Poe-esque.
It is
fits in.
Poe-esque. Yes, it
So
is.
yes, pirates are.
Okay. Are we ready?
We are ready.
Okay, here we go.
Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow. You were not wrong who have deemed my days to be a dream. Yet if hope has flown away, in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hands grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep, while I weep, while I weep. Oh God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? Oh God, can I not save but one from the pitiless wave? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream?
Once more, great ambiance with your
Yes.
voice. It just makes
it's
me want to go to the beach.
Yes.
The words that Poe has put together, they're just haunting.
Absolutely.
They really get to the heart of your soul, and it just takes you to places. You could be anywhere. You could be at the top of the Eiffel Tower or at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, and you close your eyes and it just takes you to wonderful places. It almost leaves you without words.
Well, and the fun times, just like not fun, but then the interesting things about those. You don't necessarily have to be near water to find the grains of sand, because it is in the middle of a desert, and
That's true.
that would even be more of Alone, because you're surrounded by nothing but sand dunes. But then Alone could also mean if you're stranded on a desert island or deserted island. So,
and you've got a shore all around you. That's true.
So it fits in various different. I mean, even in the mountains, being in the mountains, the dirt itself would be like golden sand. Being surrounded by nothing but trees, because the old saying is, if a tree falls in the forest, do you hear it?
Yeah.
Does it make a sound?
That's true.
And sometimes with life, sometimes there are stages you reach where perhaps you want to be alone for a time.
Yes, absolutely. As we were talking about Jeannie is a true introvert. I'm like
Yes.
an extroverted introvert, and I know she loves to be alone.
Yes, I do.
And I have my moments where I can be around people, but I want to also be alone. So totally
Yeah.
understand.
Well,
Yeah.
I think a real talent in life is to be comfortable in your own darkness and comfortable in your own alone
Mhm.
time.
Yeah,
Very much so.
Not everybody can deal with that,
that's very true.
which is a thing, you know. But if you get to, you know, understand that it's okay to go off and find yourself, and sometimes you have to do that alone.
Mhm.
There's no one else there, so that can happen as well, you know.
Absolutely.
And Holly said this was her very first reading she ever heard of yours, Wayne. And
Oh,
she loves it. So yes.
fantastic. That's great to hear. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
And so, Wayne, you have your own poem you wanted to read as well. And so, you made a video, you said, or
Yeah.
okay.
I think it's on my channel there. If you want to pull that up, or do you want me to add it, or do you want me to share it?
Let's see. I didn't see it on your channel.
Yeah, the Irish poetry
By candlelight.
Mhm.
I did not see it on there.
on videos up there.
Yeah, let me double check and make sure
Yeah.
it's not.
No problem. See if you can find it there.
Yeah, it's not showing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just
I mean,
see if I can.
I think you have the ability to share on your side.
Yes, and then also I think you may have emailed me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may take a second.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
And
Whilst
I
you're
can
doing
just
that,
pull it up from there. Yeah, go ahead.
whilst you're doing that, I noticed you mentioned Chernobyl earlier on.
Yes.
Which kind of, my ears kind of pricked up because I've been to Chernobyl. I
Wow.
was there a couple of years back. I went to Kyiv back in 2021
Wow.
to shoot a commercial.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was there for 10 days, and on the second last day, whilst I was there, we got the shoot in the can, and it worked out really well. So I kind of had a day off, and I decided to take the hour-and-a-half trip up to Chernobyl, which is something that I'll never forget. In terms of for most people, it seems to be quite a disturbing place in world history. But I was always been very interested to go and see where it happened, and it's still very much that still have a 30-kilometer zone around where you can't access without permission.
Yeah.
So we got to go in there, and we got to get right up to the building where the concrete sarcophagus is encasing the reactor, and all of the area around, and the local Pripyat, I think is the pronunciation. We got to go there, and drove through the red forest, and the the Geiger counter for radiation. We have that with us, and that ticked up. But to stand in the same place where, dare I say, the filth of humanity in terms of what the Soviet structure did. And what I mean by that is with the Ukrainians and the other Soviets who would have worked and lived in that location. They kind of knew there was a flaw in the design, which went on to add to the breach and why the reactor did what it did. But only for the people who went in to basically give their lives to stop it for its further spreading to greater Europe, to stand where they stood, knowing that when they went in, they were going to come out and they would have literally days and weeks to live because of what it did to their bodies. But they did it in a heartbeat, because they knew if they don't do this, everybody they know is gone, because there were 3 other reactors that were in jeopardy of blowing up. So to stand there where they stood was just spine tingling. And I think
imagine.
the group that I was with, I think we were probably one of the last groups to visit there, because literally a couple of weeks later, the world changed because the invasion happened.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, lucky to get in to experience that. Was a real life experience that I'll never forget, And
Yeah.
another linking of 6 Degrees of Poe. Have you seen the HBO Chernobyl, this miniseries that was
I
done?
have not.
I've seen
Okay.
advertisements and a little bit of
Yeah,
excerpts from them, but I
Yeah.
haven't watched it yet.
yeah, you should see it. And another link with Poe, for you guys with the 6 Degrees.
Uh-huh.
One of the leads who plays Legasso, is the very fine actor Jared Harris, who happens to be the son of Richard Harris.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and
Mhm.
Barry Keoghan's also in it, and Jessie Buckley,
Okay.
a few more Irish actors. So another strange link for you there with Poe
Yes.
and what you were talking
Definitely
about.
add that one in.
Those connections are everywhere.
See, you never know where you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
find Poe.
Yeah,
yeah. So, did you want to did you find them?
I
Yes,
did,
we
and
downloaded
did?
it.
I
Awesome.
have it
Okay.
ready.
Got it
I was
ready.
just,
Yeah.
I was going to say what you were saying was just so profound. I wanted to
Yeah.
let you finish,
Oh,
and
thank you.
then
Appreciate
we'll
that. Yeah.
get to that. All right, so here we go.
Yes, Chernobyl has always been one of my, I guess, hiccups in
Mhm.
history that I like to talk about.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Okay, so uh, without further ado, no sorrow. She is my blood moon. Here we go.
Climbing her night sky, she searches for me. She whispers no words or wishing for thee. Naked she shines as devils dance near, with night creatures calling for all to hear. Claiming my soul as a falling sun die, on death's wings wanting and longing to fly. Small hours pass silent as lovers embrace. My weary heart's colour fills her scarlet red face. She is my blood moon as sorrow thought nears, forgetting these chains that had drawn such tears. Together at last, as the sun rushes in, we care not for morrow, nor saint nor sin. Taking me low in a born scorching sky, our love is eternal as my well burns dry. Forever as one, as light hurries forth, we dance in our darkness and never crave north.
nice.
Very nice.
The ambiance in the background is just
Yes.
phenomenal. Yes.
Well, and we have already read Wayne's poem,
Yes.
but we did not put it in the episode because he was thinking about submitting
Using-
it
yes.
to the poetry contest. But we're not going to say what we know what he is going to submit to the poetry contest, but we keep it anonymous. And so, but I have heard it or I have read it.
We
Yes.
are not judges.
No, we're
Just
not
to make that
judges.
clear. We
So,
sponsor it, but we don't
Yes.
judge the poems.
Right.
That's why we have our 9 specific judges that we
yes. And so he's got another poem that he just finished that he's going to submit.
Mhm.
And so we're so excited that you're able to share that one with us.
have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, listening to what you were saying earlier on about things coming to your mind, and I was listening earlier on where you were saying unless you write it down,
Yeah.
you forget about it. And one of those, I don't know when they come or when it happens, but
Yeah.
it hit me last night past the witching hour, and just past 12, and
Yeah.
I took the pen out, and and before I knew it, there it was. And
That's so awesome.
and yeah, I think it'll have a home amongst the work.
Yes. I
And
think so.
I hope you enjoyed reading it too.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
And the video you just did for the blood moon, it just beautiful.
Yeah.
Very, very haunting in a
Yeah.
good way.
Yeah,
So
Holly
we,
even said it gave her chills, so she loved it.
Yes.
well, that one, just the context, as you read through the lines in it, it's a story of a mortal man who has a burning love for a blood moon that he can never be with whilst he's on the mortal coil.
Mhm.
So every night or every time he visits, all he can do is look to the sky and
Yeah.
see her, but he can never be with her.
Mhm.
So on his last days, as a mortal, on the last day, with his last breath, he dies, and on death's wings, longing to fly, death
Yes.
takes him to her, and they embrace throughout the night. And
Mhm.
then the burning sun comes up, and she disappears, and she takes him with her.
Yeah.
And the last line, where we dance in her darkness to never crave north, is he turns his back on what he probably would have known of as Christendom, and so to never crave north is to never crave heaven.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
wants to be with her and dance in her darkness for
Yeah.
eternity. So that's
That line is beautiful.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it was great to get out the back end of that poem, not knowing where it was at the time, and then seeing what I put on paper, and okay, that seems to work. So I'm really thankful that you enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes, every time when I read it first and then I heard it, I cannot think of anything but the Greek story of Psyche.
Mhm.
So that to me, it's like the mortals and the gods of the old
Mhm.
and Greek mythology, how they would come down and then the mortals would crave that perfect beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing with the Greek mythology, it was all about the ideal,
Yeah.
Yeah.
about that thing, and so that's what I got whenever I read it first, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Well,
It is.
I agree, and I think it's something. I mean, you mentioned the whole Greek, and you're talking a couple of thousand years in the past, but I think that connection with the moon for mortals is a very primal thing that
Yes.
we have.
Absolutely.
And looking up at a blood moon for our ancestors must have been, without the understanding of science, must have been such a mystical experience and such a spiritual thing. I
Absolutely.
mean, naked she shines as devils dance near,
Mhm.
with night creatures
Yeah.
howling for all to hear. I mean, just putting yourself in that zone where you can hear creatures in the forest and reacting to a strange blood moon, and a campfire, and just in awe of the presence of such an amazing celestial event.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's where my head was when I was writing
Yeah.
it.
Putting it together, I can understand
Yeah,
that.
it all ties together.
It definitely tied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a poem called The 13th Moon, of a full moon happening on Friday the 13th, and because
Awesome.
it doesn't happen that often.
Yeah,
No, it's
yeah,
definitely just like blue moons. They're very
yeah.
rare.
Yeah.
And you guys stateside have got a full eclipse coming up. I think it's on the 8th
Yes.
of April.
April
Yes.
8th.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I think it's going
Yes.
to be a strip right across the states through Indiana, and
I believe so. It's
yeah,
gonna come to us between like 12:45 and I think
Yes.
3:30, because we did not have that day out of school, but our superintendent felt like
Yeah.
a lot of schools will be getting out between like 2 and 3:30, and he did not want kids to miss out on that because it is such an event of
yeah.
just this all the science and what you can learn from it.
Yeah,
So
because this is our
Have
second
you ever
one.
yeah.
seen?
This
Have
is
you
our
ever
Yes.
seen
second one. Yeah.
Yes, we had one. Was it
Uh,
18?
Yeah, I think it was 2018. No, it
No.
was. Maybe it was. It was
It was
spring
it was
28.
way
It was either
before the
spring 2017
COVID.
or spring 2018.
Yeah.
because it
And-
was
Very,
while
very
we were
important
still
to
at
tell
West
the
Distance.
very important to tell the kids not to look directly at the
yes,
Yeah, we provided
everybody had the
the
glasses
glasses,
and yeah,
we had to
Yeah.
make sure that they knew not
not
Yeah.
to, right. Mhm.
Absolutely. I experienced one back in 1999. We had one in Europe, and
Mhm.
I traveled from Ireland to France, to Paris, a place called Bretreol, I think is how you pronounce it, and that's
Mhm.
just north of Paris.
Okay,
And what an amazing experience! Like
Yeah.
as you
It
look
was
up,
life affirming.
yeah,
yeah, look with two horizons, one on each side, and you could feel the temperature drop, and
yeah,
the birds were circling. They didn't know what to do, and all of the farm animals, the cows, they started to come home because they thought it's time for bed.
right,
So,
right.
I mean,
It's
it
so
lasted.
surreal. Yeah,
Yeah, it really is. It really is. So, yeah, you can only imagine how our ancestors must have felt
I
in
know.
the final times for to see those events. Must have been, you know, uh, just mind blowing. It still is, but we
Yeah,
understand the science a bit more.
absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
why we have so many myths and legends rolling around
I
from that
know.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Which, some
and
of it had a little bit of basis of science before they actually knew of science. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it was
yeah.
great, and we thank you for joining us, Wayne. We
Yes.
truly
Thank you very much.
appreciate it.
It's been so good to be back, and it's been such a great day of listening. As I said, I'll make the point again because I really strongly believe. I mean, from Mr. Rubin and Holly, and just too many to name. It's been
Yeah.
great sitting back and listening. And I was bouncing between the laptop, and I'd go off and I'd pull it up on the phone. I'd have it in the earphones, and
Oh, yeah.
then I was in the car and I was connecting with the Bluetooth in the car. So I was trying to connect all day. So it was just. I don't want to miss it. I want to hear the next one. I want to hear the next one. So
Yeah.
it's,
Well, and the good news is it's recording. So
Cool.
if you want to go back, if you missed anything,
Oh,
you'll be
excellent.
able to
Yeah,
go
that'd be
back.
great.
Rewatch
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
or rehear
absolutely.
something.
And
Yeah.
and like we've said earlier, if in case you missed it, we are going to cut up the sections of
Mhm.
each individual person and re-release those, so people
Yep.
can share those out, watch them, whatever they want to do. So
Yeah. Well, but just before I go, I want to, your work was really great. At some stage, I would love, obviously, with your permission, to do a read of your poems. Both of you.
Oh,
They were
wow.
fantastic. But look, we can talk about that another time.
Yeah, absolutely.
only-
Well,
only
thank
if-
you.
only if you're
That
comfortable
means a
to,
lot. So
yeah,
thank you.
It does.
really great material. It's great to listen to. Really, really good. So
Thank you.
thank you from me, and thanks to everybody. It's been great to be on, and great to be part of such a great group.
Yes,
And
thank
Holly
you.
says she's a big fan, Wayne, as
Yes.
we are, and we will
Yes.
look
and
forward to
likewise,
more in the future.
Absolutely. Yes.
definitely. Thank you, Holly. And I know probably a couple of people tuning in, but
Yes.
someone who's always very, very kind to me from Ireland is Paula. So hello, Paula. Hope you're well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she was on here earlier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she hasn't said anything in a while, so I don't know if she's still on or not, but we hope
still,
so.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank
Okay,
you,
well,
Bye,
go
Wayne.
meet
It's
my
so good
husband
to
and
see
Slán,
you.
and love from Ireland. Take care.
All right.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Love from the
Bye-bye.
States.
Bye. All right, Jeannie.
Yep. So it's me and you.
Yes, until